and Grêmio, a couple of teams that I'm not too familiar with, yet Internacional are the current world champions and Libertadores cup holders. They are the only two teams in this city, which makes the rivalry even more intense. Grêmio were formed by German and Italian immigrants, while Inter was started by visitors from Sao Paulo who were excluded from joining Grêmio and were derogatorily dubbed the Monkeys. Inter's firm are known as the Camisa 12, which means 12th shirt. Miguel was the president of the firm, which is proud of its heritage.
Tem muita história, porque o Colorado é macaco, não sei o que. A gente assume essa aí, se a gente é macaco, a gente vai ser o macaco mais bonito, o macaco mais forte, o macaco mais peleador. Não tem problema em nos chamar assim.
As in Rio and Sao Paulo, guns play a big part of football violence in Porto Alegre.
Tivemos pequeno desentendimento com o pessoal do Grêmio ali. E quando eles viram que ficaram ruim para eles, aí começou o tiro, também tiro no braço, mas até estamos tranquilo. E mesmo com arma eles correram, não ficou ninguém para nada. O futebol nos leva a isso. O Inter nos leva a isso, a defender as cores do clube até o fim. E por ele a gente dá vida. Se tiver que matar, a gente mata, se tiver que morrer, a gente morre.
Cara, é tua mãe ligando.
É sério? É tua mãe ligando.
Mamãe?
Mamãe.
Minha mãe, ó. Mamãe.
Grêmio's firm is called the Geral de Grêmio, which means Grêmio's terrace, and one of their top boys is Alemão.
É a nossa maior rivalidade, nossos inimigos mortais.
This is the derby game from June 2006, where trouble at the Grêmio end started long before kick-off.
Eu nunca tinha visto, cara. Eles fizeram para provocar nós. E a torcida do Grêmio estava trocando pedra dentro do estádio para a torcida do Inter. A torcida do Grêmio invadiu a parte do Inter, rompeu os alambrados. Aí nisso já estava acontecendo confusão do outro lado.
The game had to be suspended twice because of the fighting. Grêmio's firm didn't appear to be too happy with the toilet facilities.
Ali embaixo, ali onde foi tocado, os banheiros foram arremessados ali.
Not content with throwing them onto the pitch, they then set light to them.
Não, foi levado até aqui e daqui eles tocaram para baixo e colocaram fogo com bomba.
Here are Grêmio's Geral firm today, match day. It's Sunday afternoon and they're playing Flamengo. I'm off to meet the firm that consider themselves different from most Brazilian torcidas. Porto Alegre is part of the state called the Rio Grande do Sul. The people here want to be independent of Brazil, especially those in the Geral. Unlike all the others, they don't have their own uniform, there's no samba, but they do like a drink.
Então vamos colocar três coisas: futebol, briga, defender o seu time e álcool. O Grêmio é mais importante, mas o Grêmio, acompanhado de uma boa cerveja e quebrar os colorados corintianos também é muito bom.
I'm here to meet Grêmio's firm. They're called the Geral de Grêmio. Now, I've been told that they're quite unique to other firms here in Brazil because they don't identify with the typical Brazilian torcidas. You know, if anything, they say their style's a bit more English, which I think's a big call. The first thing the Geral showed me were the trophies they'd stolen from their enemies. I'm going to explain a little bit about what's going on here. Obviously, this isn't their colours. This is Flamengo, yeah. Now, what they like to do is they like to nick things off of them. Yeah, I don't know how they do it. I don't know whether they beat them and then take them, but basically, this is just their little trophies. You know, there's loads of them, loads everywhere. Now, I don't know whether they're going to burn this shit or what. I don't know, but.
Estavam lavando essa faixa e mais outras lá. Um camarada meu viu e ligou pra nós. Fizemos contatos. Umas 20 pessoas. 20 gremistas pegaram, brisaram, vamos lá, a faixa popular tá lá, vamos roubar. Entramos com faixa, revólver, faca, facão, armado e chegou um cara, ó, me dá, só quero a faixa, não quero roubar nada, não quero te roubar, não quero te soltar, só quero as faixas, só as faixas. A gente foi lá, pegamos as faixas, cara, não, pode levar, que isso aí nós vamos roubar de volta de vocês. Eu falei, se vocês vierem, vocês vão morrer, não tem, só queremos as faixas.
Eu não uso arma, nós não precisamos usar arma. Nossas armas são essas. Para nossos inimigos, isto, ódio.
An hour before the game, and amid the chaos, I managed to slip into a side alley and speak to Alamao. Now, everywhere I've been in Brazil, I've seen drums, samba. Where are yours?
O Grêmio é diferenciado por isso, pelo seu povo. O nosso povo tem uma... A gente não é separado territorialmente, mas a gente é separado culturalmente.
How important is Grêmio for you?
O Grêmio é uma religião, o Grêmio é minha vida. Sem o Grêmio eu não sou ninguém. O Grêmio é a nossa vida. A gente faz tudo pelo Grêmio. Por exemplo, a mulher que quer namorar comigo, se casar comigo, ela tem que ter a noção de que hoje eu estou namorando ela, amanhã eu estou em São Paulo vendo o jogo do Grêmio. Se a minha namorada, hoje, ela tem que saber que hoje eu não volto para casa, meu, ganhando ou perdendo. Eu vou beber com o pessoal aqui, todas, só que no final eu vou comer ela.
It was time to head to the stadium. Getting in the mix again. Thankfully, I was surrounded by members of the Geral. Couple of right lumps right round me. I was given a Grêmio shirt to wear, and then it was into the fray. Here we go. They were taking me bang into the middle of the terrace. I felt a bit like Moses as the firm parted the fans like the Red Sea. It was as hot and noisy as any end I'd been in, and the wall of sound was constant for the whole first half. I was nervously trying to keep an eye on events on the pitch because when Grêmio score, the Geral has a mental celebration. Right, listen, it's just before half time. I've had to come out of there, right? Out with the Grêmio. I was in there, I got a feel for it. The reason I've come out is because of this avalanche. Avalanche, you think snow. No snow. We're talking about geezers running down 100 miles an hour when they score. So we've just had to slip out, go into the safe bit, the press bit. You know, just for our own safety, to be fair. And I want to see it from afar. I do not want to be in the mix of that when it kicks off. Okay, man, they're lunatics, this Grêmio. Sure enough, 10 minutes into the second half and Grêmio scored. Cue chaos. Now you know what I'm talking about. Do I want to be in the middle of that? Grêmio ended up winning the game 3-0, and the victory meant that they qualified for the Libertadores Cup, the South American equivalent of the Champions League. But it's not been the happiest end of the season for all the firms. Back in Sao Paulo, the last game for the Green Stain is a very different proposition. They're going to Rio for a meaningless game, but a far from meaningless journey. After the break, we'll be with them on a trip which ended in dramatic fashion.